Nah. Nah.
Does your asshole itch?
No. Okay.
Welcome to the I Regret Nothing podcast.
I Regret Nothing podcast.
Sweet.
With Mike J and Pedro.
Hey guys, what about me?
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
Hey, dickheads, you forgot about me, Matt Baguette.
We regret nothing.
I regret everything. Everything I've ever done.
What's up, boys?
Hello.
Hello.
Matt, we got Pedro. Sorry that took so long, everybody. I was desperately trying to get the Instagram connected, and it wasn't working. And then while the fucking Matt Baguette shit was playing, it finally connected. So now we are on all of the platforms.
Yeah. Well,
So, welcome to number 92. Just wanted to chat a little bit of internal RWS stuff before we get to our guest, which obviously everybody is here to see. I know we have Postal Jam stuff that we were supposed to do this week, but Pedro will talk about that for a minute.
right. Oh, do I talk about it now?
Just say it's coming next fucking episode, dude. Come on.
It's coming next fucking episode, dude. Come on. Also, oh yeah, that's pretty much it.
There you go. Anybody who tuned in to hear about Postal Jam, well, I don't know why you're tuned in for that. You should be here for Corey. But if you thought we were going to talk about your Postal Jam entry, we're not. Sorry, you're not that important. Also, for people who haven't funded the Kickstarter yet, obviously it's over. It's funded. We got to co-op. Fan-fucking-tastic. But you can still pledge now. You can still get in there, get the game for cheaper. You can still get some cool tiers. A lot of those will be open for a while, so we could theoretically still hit Apocalypse Weekend Reimagined if you guys get that thing over 700,000. So, you know, if you get a little extra money, if your grandma dies or something, throw a couple $1,000s our way. You know, no big deal. Did you just cross yourself?
I did. Every time we talk about dev, we gotta.
There is one question I've gotten a lot of recently, and it's like, is co-op going to be cross-play? And the answer is yes, allegedly. We're not making the game, so that's not on us. But according to Team Beef, it is going to be cross-play. So it's going to work on all the platforms that are available against each other. And as of right now, that's just PC, Mac, Linux, Steam Deck, VR. So it'll be on whatever VR headset you have, including Quest 2 and above, and PlayStation. Everything else, don't ask about it. We don't fucking know. Xbox is a question mark. Switch is a question mark. So yeah, that's it. We're done talking about that shit. I just want everybody to know that the man we're about to bring on has a special place in Postal lore history. I discovered him back in 2006, give or take, when Rick Hunter went MIA for the first time. He's a local radio personality. He's my good friend. We play hockey together. And he is the voice star of the worst game ever, Corey Cruz.
Ooh. I'm number two.
He is.
Also,
I'm number two.
Also, you are also the voice of one of the best Postal games ever. So,
That's true.
Whoa.
you know,
Super honored then, I guess.
it's
That's cool.
it's like a frozen fish stick that's burned on the outside,
Oh, tasty or if crispy.
right in the middle. You know, you take a bite and it's frozen and burned, so it's hot and cold.
Oh,
We love that
man.
about you, Corey.
Perfect.
You know, people have been telling us they want you on the fucking podcast for a long time. And I've always told them, like, Corey's a cool dude to talk to, and I'd love to chat with him. But I don't think he really cares much for the game industry. So having you here would probably just be us talking about, like, your daily routine and your workouts and Tucson life.
Hey, we can talk about anything, but just to address your comment there, I do care about the gaming and the gaming industry. I'm so old. I'm old school. I go way back to the Atari, Nintendo days.
You're like, what's the new game coming out for the Atari?
Yes, the Atari 2600. What's the new cartridge we can slip in with the little joystick with the one button on it?
I feel
That
like
was
we're
what I
not too
started
far
with.
removed. I don't play many video games these days either. So I'm like firmly embedded in the industry. I have to be here. I have to pretend I know a lot about it. But
You have to
yeah,
pretend.
Well, you bullshit well, Mike, because it sounds like you know what the F you're talking about.
yeah.
And
Well,
have no
I
idea what you're
actually
talking about.
Pedro's hand is actually just up my ass and working my mouth like
Oh.
a ventriloquist
Yep.
puppet. So
Oh.
I just say what they tell me to say.
Yeah, otherwise
Good
I
job,
would not
Pedro.
say anything about the
Yeah.
video games. I have to always, be the puppeteer.
Yeah, you're
Somebody's gotta
very quiet
pull
for
the
me,
strings.
Pedro.
Yes, that was really quiet.
I
Fuck.
turned you up. You're at 140 now.
Jesus
but
Christ.
I
So
think
as
your
I was saying,
microphone needs to. Is everybody think Pedro is
Yeah,
quiet?
he's a little bit quiet today. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we can hear him pretty well, but the people that are listening can't hear even worse. I want to address one question in the chat. This is from TikTok from Zeptic. Wait, RWS has a podcast. Yes, fool. This is episode number 92 since
Yeah.
2015. So it's not like we do this very often, but we do it.
92, that's a lot of episodes. It took 92 episodes to get me on.
Well, so
Yeah.
here's the thing. We've only been using this new restream for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 podcast episodes. And we've used it for a bunch of just like live chats. But what's cool about this is it lets me have people call in. Like you can just come in for a half an hour chat and leave. The old way we used to do it was so fucked up and it would take me so long to prep that if I was going to have a guest, it would just be like, they would be there the whole time. So we did one interview and it was with the director of the Postal movie, Uwe Boll. And we just did the interview off air and then played it later live because it was too much of a pain in the ass to have people on. So,
Oh, well, this is pretty slick. I didn't have to download anything. I just clicked right into your link and boom. Here we
yeah,
are.
I know we're acting like boomers right now, but this is the way we're doing it now and it fucking works. So here's Corey. I mean, look, man, I would say you are probably one of the more popular elements in our history because you were in such a controversial project, but you were like the golden sheen on the turd, right? Like there wasn't much very good about Postal 3 except you.
Well, that's incredibly flattering. I'm glad I was able to bring a little something to that train wreck. I had no idea, what was going on at the time.
No,
you
quite frankly,
gave me
neither
very
did
few
we.
details. Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a whole lot going on, and you couldn't explain it all at every step. But to be a part of that was, really exciting.
It was for us. It was actually a really cool time. I mean, obviously, Rick going MIA was, whatever, it happens. But we were very happy to have you. And when we brought you on, the project was not the problem that it became. I mean, we had you signed on pretty early. We recorded some, preliminary shit when the game was still good. Obviously, I'm sure you saw the documentary. Did you see the documentary yet, Corey?
I have seen it. Twice.
Okay, good.
Actually.
So you now know the tale that is Postal 3.
Yeah, that's a whole lot more information than I knew obviously back in 2006 or 7 and for the last 15 whatever years. That is such a revealing and really well done documentary, by the way. I highly recommend it. What a bang up job those producers did with it. And if you want to see Mike Jarrett skate, watch this documentary.
If you want to see me get hit in the ankle with a puck like I did last week, I have a fucking massive hematoma on my leg right now, guys. I can barely walk. Hockey is dangerous, just so you know. I've been playing for 35 years, and it took 35 years for me to actually get taken out by a puck.
You think you'd have learned by now?
Skating for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, Postal 3 is actually some people's favorite Postal game. There is a small subsection of humanity that enjoys eating their own poop, and there is a small subsection of Postal fans that think Postal 3 is the best Postal.
Sounds
That's
accurate.
Cool. Yeah, I mean that you got to assume that some percentage of the population just is like that NIMBY, like likes everything that everybody else doesn't. And they're also the loudest. Like the Postal 3 lovers are everywhere in every fucking post. We use Postal 3 as kind of a piñata, right? Like historically, when our socials weren't doing great, like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, the posts that would get the most comments were where we dunked on Postal 3. And I mean, you know, people don't understand how personal it is to us, right? Like, it was literally the project that could have killed our brand. So when we rip on it, there's more to it than us just like actually cheap popping this, right? Like, it's kind of personal. But those, you know, those would get people going the most. So clearly people do think Postal 3 sucks, which is fine. But there are a lot of people that think it's great, and it has gotten better. There were some guys over at Zoom platform that were big Postal 3 lovers, and they went in and they fixed a couple things as much as they could. There's not a lot of ways to fix things, but they did fix some stuff, and we took their fixes and we put them on Steam. So the build on Steam is not as bad as it was. And
Very
you know,
nice.
maybe with a little more time, it could be even better. I don't know.
Hey, making something not as bad, that's progress.
Right.
You made it sort of okay.
Yeah, we're going to need to trademark Postal 3 is not quite the worst game ever.
Not as bad as it used to be, or
Second
something like
worst
that.
game ever, something like that.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
but you know what? I decided a few years ago that I wanted to take the best part of Postal 3 and put you in a game. And when we first were talking to Hyperstrange about Brain Damage, they sort of came to us and they were like, we want to make the next Postal. And we're like, well, you can't make the next Postal. We are. But we have this idea for a retro style boomer shooter that we think would be really cool with a Postal spin on it. And then once the idea sort of got off the ground and we realized it was going to be sort of a dream sequence game, or like a drug dream sequence, I was like, well, we got to use the alternate Postal dude. We got to use Corey. And there was not one dissent to that. Everybody loved that idea.
Well, yeah. Find the slow talker and let's use him.
To be
There
fair,
you go.
you actually talk faster than Rick, so I don't know.
Okay, if you say so.
I think if we're going with lore, which we don't have, Corey dude sort of has a more upbeat cadence to his Postal dude. He maybe seems less of a demon, you know, because Rick played the Postal dude when it was just the demon, right? Like Postal 1, it's technically the voice in his head. Postal 2 is when it's actually the voice coming out of his mouth, and it's a little more lighthearted. Postal 3 is clearly just a different dude. And as we retconned
it's his
it later,
outside voice versus his inside voice.
well, when we retconned it later with Paradise Lost, it's actually he's in a coma. He got in a car accident leaving the town he just nuked, and he's in a coma in his car. So
Hold on. Some people here are saying that since we are not answering their questions, that we are worse than Blizzard.
we haven't even gotten to questions yet. We're
We
just
didn't even
talking to
get to that
Corey
point.
here.
You guys gotta wait. Okay, we got Corey Cruz here. You know, you guys gotta wait.
Yeah, your questions are fucking meaningless to us right now. Like, I mean, Corey's a buddy of mine, but Pedro has never spoken to Corey.
Hey, what's
I'm
up,
trying
Pedro?
So hard not to fanboy. So
Matt,
I'm like,
Matt cosplays as Corey in Japan
Yeah, true. Every day
every day.
every
dude,
single
on
day.
the side of the road.
Like he even shaved just to look like
Yeah,
Corey
man,
and
you got to
everything.
go all the way.
Yeah, I went all the way with the shaving.
That's actually a
not all the
wig.
way yet.
He's wearing a wig right now because
Yeah.
normally.
Where can I
he's-
get that wig?
Tokyo.
I
Tokyo.
found on the side of the road. In
This is
Japan.
an international podcast. Me and you, Corey, are in Tucson. Pedro's in Sesimbra, Portugal, and Matt is in Tokyo.
Oh, it's
Fucking
international.
just doxed me
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and now
Well, nice to
people
meet you guys.
People are going to come find Pedro
Nice
now.
to
They're
meet
gonna
Now
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
fly.
find me.
Well, doxing is now something that our government just does willy nilly. So,
Yeah.
I think it's okay now. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
No
So
comment.
I will let my own team ask Corey a question or two first before I let the fans ask a few questions. Pedro, do you have any questions for Corey?
Damn, I'm honored. what's your favorite line from either Postal 3 or hell, even Postal 4 and Postal Brain Damaged?
That's a really tough one because I've seen so many scripts. I mean, there's the ones where I get to use the F word and swear are always fun and get agitated about things. That's one of my favorite parts of being a voice actor is when you get to just, oh, fuck this kind of really go off on somebody or what the fuck are you doing? Or seriously, when you get to be animated like that, of course, everybody wants to hear, I regret nothing. But there's so much more than that. I mean, I'd have to look at a script that Mike sent me at one point to really find a favorite. But
if I had to guess, his favorite line will be out of Brain Damaged. Because that has some really good one-liners in it.
Which I can't recollect anything specifically. But I mean, short answer would be where I get to be animated and just really kind of chuck it out there.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's. This is a thing I actually, because I listen to a lot of podcasts with like famous actors, and people always ask them like, "Oh, what's your favorite thing from this?" And they're like, "I don't even remember that project," because they've done so many fucking projects. They're like,
Yeah, and in addition to what I've done for Postal, I've been on 50,000 commercials, TV promos, and movie trailers, and just different things over the years that to try to remember something specifically.
Would it be weird if I said, "I know your voice from a hemorrhoid cream commercial"?
That would be weird, but not true.
Hire you for Old Spice, for example.
We do get hit up every once in a while. People will be like, "I swear to God, I just heard the Postal dude on my radio talking about reverse mortgages or something like that." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
well, yeah, Rick is like the guy for Clear Channel across the country, so you're gonna hear him reading like the dumbest shit possible." So yeah, I mean, Corey is also that guy. He was that guy in Tucson for a different radio provider. And if you were in Tucson, you would hear the Postal 3 dude all the fucking time on the radio.
I have to make a living some way. I'm too lazy to go do anything, a real job anywhere. And this is way more fun way to make a living.
Yeah, Arizona's been cracking down on gigolos. So
yeah, that stopped when I lost my hair. That was I had to end that profession.
There's plenty of women that are into Q-tips.
If they're into wigs, maybe. But no. So that's how I make a living and have for since 1888. Actually, since 1988, when I got into this line of work, was voiceover stuff, and through the radio initially, and then it just turned into a whole lot more from there. And so you'll hear me. You could hear me anywhere across the United States or in other countries too. Well, via streaming and the web nowadays, because a lot of the things that I do end up with the rights are purchased from me to be used on different platforms too. So, yep. Thousands and thousands. So I can't remember. Thanks for the question though, Pedro. I'm sorry I didn't have a really specific answer. We
could have fucking teed that one up and asked you in advance and then told you like, here's the line, say this line.
I was going to say, if you have a line you want me to say.
Yeah, tell them what you want to hear, Pedro. What do you want to hear?
Oh man, actually, you probably don't remember, but like 3 years ago or so, Mike was talking to you. You had lunch with Mike. And I said, hey, tell Corey I say hi. And you actually took a video saying, thank you, Pedro, have a good one. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Oh, Mike, when we had dinner up here or lunch up here by my house, that's right.
I still have that video and I save it.
So Pedro has been working with us for a few years, but Pedro was a huge fucking fan before we hired him. Still is, but now you can't say that. You work for us. You don't give a shit about our products anymore. But back then he was such a big fan that like I would have to kind of tell him like, stop fanboying so much, Pedro. You're one of us now.
Yeah, you're part of the Running with Scissors crew.
Yeah, he had to break down his Corey Cruz altar that he has in his closet before this podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying so hard not to fanboy right now. That's why I'm like,
This is funny.
Yeah.
It cracks me up. I'm just a dude sitting in my house, pretty much like you guys. Yeah.
Yep. That's
we
that's
do.
what I try to tell people when they write us and they're like, "Oh my god, tell me about this," and I'm like, "God, come on, guy, we're just these idiots that make this fucking game. Come on."
Yeah, I just do it. I just say what Mike tells me to say, and
Yeah. Like
done.
we're not millionaires that live on a mountain. Okay, like we're just regular jerk offs.
Yep.
Pretty much. I live on a mountain though, but the
You
millionaire
do
part,
live kind of on the edge of a mountain. I've been to your house. I live in the basin, but we live about 10 minutes apart. So
yeah, we look down the hill at you.
Matt, do you have any questions before I start voicing some of these idiots' questions?
Yeah. Corey, what kind of role would you like to get in like the near future? What kind of job would you like to do? Like any projects, like specifics?
Well, there's multiple that I would love to do. I have been on a path to try to get on American television promos for networks, for Hulu, Netflix, CBS, ESPN, to do their promos. Promos being tonight at 6, the Eagles and the Raiders, that sort of thing for sports. I think would be a lot of fun to do. They're really hard to get. And also movie trailers is another area that I would love to dip my feet into. I've made some strides to make the right connections, but haven't landed the booking yet for one of those type of roles. Movie trailers, rated PG-13. That at the end of
In a
world. I did. Mike, can I tell them about what for the upcoming Going Postal Legacy Foretold promotion I mentioned to
I
you?
don't know what they're doing for that, so I don't think it's a problem. But
Yeah, I don't think so. In fact, I think they would welcome. If not, you can edit this out, which you
On the
can't do
live stream.
because it's live. The producers of the Postal documentary are continuing to do promotion for it, and they asked me to be a part of their trailer that they're going to use to their promotion for it, and that should be coming out in the next month or so. But that was very exciting for me to get chosen to do that for them. So that was really cool. That's the line of work that I primarily work in. As far as I would love to land a role in a video game outside of the Postal franchise. I think that would be a lot of fun to be not necessarily a main character, but one of the characters, maybe the old fucking grizzled sergeant or major for a Green Beret squad or whatever in some FPS. See what I did there? I do know a little bit about you. And a role like that, I think, would be a lot of fun. That would kind of be right up my alley of my natural tone and the gruffness and the old guy that I basically am. I think a role like that would be a lot of fun to do, and the paycheck would be nice too.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the voice to do all those things you just said. So I'm surprised no one contacted you already. Like a lot more. You can do it. No problem. I can see you in all those things, like commercials or I think even since you're doing game stuff already, like the Game Awards or like those big game shows, you could do like the narration or the trailer for it, like the trailers for it.
Yes, I could. Those are really difficult to get the auditions and the booking, and then landing the booking for, because the voice artist world is so incredibly competitive.
Yep.
I mean, it's fucking nuts out there right now. How many people are doing it compared to 5 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody has a fucking Yeti at home now.
But
Yep.
all the jobs I got in the movie or TV show or game industries, all the ones I got was through connections usually, especially when I was living on the West Coast before. Knowing the right people helped so much.
That helps a lot. It really does for some of the mid-level and lower-level games. That's the way in. That you get around to the top-notch games. I'm drawing a blank. As some of the high level, you have to go through Usually an agent who represents you, you know, and they get you the auditions for those games where you put down your audition. You know, they give you the sides for the script, and you read maybe a page or two, and then turn it into an MP3, send it in, and then you 99% of the time don't hear back. And that 1% of the time when you hear back, hey, we liked you, we'd like to bring you in for a call back, or we loved you so much, we want to book you to be this character in this video game. We're going to start recording 3 weeks from now. Are you available? Those are, you know, that's really hard to get those because of the competition, especially if you're living somewhere like where I don't live in LA. Obviously, I don't live in New York, obviously, but you can do these higher level video games online from your home studio. Now they prefer you be in LA or wherever the primary production is. But I'm not moving to LA, so, and I'm also not a union member, so there's that whole aspect of it too, which I'm not going to go into the weeds too much on that. But
I have a few friends that work for Marvel and DC, and they keep asking them like to move to like the big city, usually LA or Seattle or like the West Coast, and they just refuse. They just want to stay in the Midwest because they get the like East Coast or West Coast money, but they still live in the Midwest, which is like the best of both worlds, I guess. So
yeah, your money goes twice as far.
Yeah,
if you're not
exactly.
not living in LA or.
Oh, that's true though. Yeah, and I used to live in LA before, in Seattle, and it was really expensive. The salary was pretty good, honestly, but yeah, it was really expensive.
So I'm going to continue living where I'm at and just continuing to do the auditions that I do through the agents who I have, and I might get struck by lightning here again with some other role, which would be a lot of fun, and that's what I'd love to do. So
yeah, I think you're gonna do it. I can totally see you like I think you have the portfolio like to prove it, and I think you might have like connections. I know a bunch of people that might be able to help you like in the games industry. So
well, I welcome anybody who wants to email me.
Knowing me, useless. Knowing Matt, that's actually useful. He is.
I know a lot of
he
people
actually
that
works for real people. We are nothing. So
I know a lot of people that work for on GTA 6 right now, Call of Duty, like a lot of those games. So Ubisoft.
Oh,
so,
exactly.
yeah.
Those are the kind of games I was referring to when I said the higher level games. I didn't want to mention the names.
Triple A.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people that work. So they work as usually as artists, not as like recruiters or stuff like that. But you know, it doesn't hurt to ask them. So you know, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love even a minor role in one of those games would be a lot of fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I think in GTA 6, so the actress who is playing the new main character, she had a small role in GTA 5, and now she got bumped to playing the main character in the new one. Yeah. So she was just playing like I think in the online or just like on the side of the road, like a small NPC, and then they bumped her up to be the new main character. Yeah.
She must have good chops and a really good instincts for voice acting and a really cool sound too. Like she's just what they're looking for. I mean, so many times it's, you know, it's not about how good is Corey or what has he done in the past. It's, is he right for this role? Does he bring the right energy? Does he have the right voice tone? Does he have the right attitude for this character? It's not, hey, Corey was the voice in Postal 3 and Brain Damage, so let's use him for this. It's, you got to fit. You got to fit the role, and I'm not for everybody, man. I'm not for every role. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But when my voice works for something, it works, and I've had people return. Like I suckered Mike in almost 20 years ago, and here I still am today on episode 92 of
still standing, still standing, Corey.
Yeah, close to 100 now.
I got to tell you, most people's questions for you are dumb as fuck.
I can try to answer anything. I can't, no promises, but I'll try to.
What was Corey's reaction to the Postal 3 script?
I can't ever let my daughter play or see or know anything about this video game because I had a young daughter at the time. Now she's obviously almost 20 years older, so she knows all about it. But
yes, she
that was my reaction. There's my
That's a good way to look at it.
That's
That's
my
why I don't have
honest answer.
kids. I was like, I can't have kids because I can't have them find out about this shit I make.
Well, it's funny. Her husband now is just the biggest gamer in Tucson. I mean, he would know all this terminology that you're using that goes right over my head. But she knows all about it now. No, honestly, seeing that script for the first time, it was pretty eye-opening, and I don't think, Mike, you showed me any of the script before you said, "Hey, we want you to do this." I think I just kind of agreed and said, "Sure,
Yeah.
let's do it, man."
I came in,
Yeah.
I talked to you, and then I brought you in like a little sample because we were making the demo, and you're like, okay.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure the demo had much as far as like crazy shit. It was just enough to give the dude some lines. So
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything I hadn't heard in hundreds of locker rooms that I'd been in through the year. I mean, the way dudes talk and such. So it wasn't shocking to me from that respect. It pushed the envelope. Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
But was I willing to do it? Willing to give it a try. I mean, it was kind of a new path for me at the time. I hadn't really done work outside of the typical voiceover stuff I was doing, which was, again, commercials for TV, radio, and that sort of thing. And I'd done some narrations for various businesses and their training videos, etc. But this was definitely out of left field for me. But it was fun. It was
just a little different. Just a little different.
A little different, and I enjoyed the session. I think it was most of that was done in one big long session.
Yeah.
At your buddy's studio way out on the east side of town, right? And one day, mostly.
Yes, it was. What a fucking pro.
Who, your buddy or
you?
In one day, that's pretty wild. Yeah.
Well, it's not like our scripts are fucking 400 pages long either.
Postal 4 is pretty long, actually. Like, even when I think about it, back then was different. But
even then, like most professional actors, if your script's not thousands and thousands of lines, 2-3 hours.
Okay.
But it depends on the type of lines, because they may need breaks after doing a bunch of yelling and puking and spitting in cups, things like that, you know.
Yeah, depending upon the severity of how much you're straining your voice, which there wasn't a whole lot of that. I mean, I got excited a few times with some of the action scenes, but it wasn't anything that completely beat my throat up from that respect. So it was, it was fun. It was really cool to be a part of it.
Like, how did you and Mike like meet each other? That led then to do all of the Postal stuff.
You want me to give my side of the story, Mike?
Yeah, sure.
I think you were friends with. You had come down to the radio station and been on some of our morning shows as a guest, Mike, like our FM radio morning shows.
Yeah, I did Tech Talk.
You were doing
Tech Talk.
You were doing your Tech Talk little spiel at the time, and so you knew
Rick,
one of the producers of the show,
Rick, not Rick Hunter, Rick Berg.
And then when Rick went MIA, as you say, I knew where he was the whole time. And maybe Rick suggested, well, hey, try this Corey guy over there or something.
Yeah. Rick, we'll call him Sherm, the producer of the morning show that I used to go on. One day I said to him, I was like, hey, our main guy kind of disappeared. Do you know anyone that sounds like this? And he was like, actually, I know a guy that sounds just like this. And then he walked me over to your studio, and he introduced us. And then I just heard you talk, and I was like, oh yeah, you guys sound pretty close.
Fairly similar. Yeah, my job at the time at the radio station was the director of production. So I had a separate, my own studio office, and it was a whole lot of marketing BS and commercials and promotions. I wasn't actually on-air DJ personality at the time, so I was kind of hidden back in a studio. So I'm glad that So I owe Sherm to, maybe I need to send him a holiday gift or something for connecting me with you.
Yeah, just say, hey, thanks for introducing me to these idiots.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Yeah. You've just been riding that Postal 3 coattail for so long.
I really have. I owe my entire career.
Yeah. You would be nothing. You would still be a hobo on the streets. I found you on the corner.
I'd just be living off my wife here at the house and, trying to clean up and cook dinner and things.
I know all about that. I do that myself sometimes too. So,
you can be proud. Like, people love your voice, and especially like Brain Damage recently, people love that game. I mean, that game is amazing. So
that's really cool to hear. I've seen a few online reviews and comments and YouTube comments and videos, and I'm usually totally blown away when I see the fandom that Postal has achieved internationally, and the time people spend re-editing videos and re-editing audio segments and doing things and commenting, and then there are thousands of comments, and I look at that and I'm shocked. I'm floored every time. And then so it really is. I'm going to say it, Mike. It's been kind of an honor to be a part of this franchise all these years.
Well, it was our honor having you be part of our nonsense. We had one question from our friend Elizabeth. She wanted to know what was your favorite non-Postal role, because obviously your favorite role ever is Postal, obviously. But outside of that, what's the favorite thing you've ever done?
The coolest, and I guess it would then be my most favorite project. Oh shit, there are two of them. I did one for an NFL team about 4 years ago. I did a project that displayed on their Jumbotron in their stadium during the game. So to get hired by an NFL team, for me, was super fucking cool. Even though, my dream, when I was a little kid, I wanted to play in the National Football League when I grew up. I was a football player as an athlete as a kid, and that's what I wanted to do. That was taken away from me by being I'm kind of a small guy, barely 5'8". So that was not ever going to be anything that happened as I got older. So then to ultimately get hired to do something for an NFL team, that was really cool. And probably my first favorite thing. The second favorite thing was last year, I got hired again by completely separate entity representing the NFL and a very large alcoholic beverage distributor here in the United States, and Mothers Against Drunk Driving and Uber to do this cross promotion that airs during NFL games across the nation. And it aired last November through the end of the season into the playoffs. And then they hired me to do the video for the same promotion that was on the Jumbotron at the fucking Super Bowl. That's for you guys in Portugal and Japan. The Super Bowl is kind of a big deal here in the United States. Mike's not.
It's like soccer. It's like the World Cup, but it's
of United States.
I usually watch it. Yeah, from here. Yeah.
So to be actually in the Superdome, which is where they played the game during the Super Bowl, my voice on the Jumbotron, that was for me, that was again really huge, and it might seem kind of silly to most people, but for my career wise, it was ginormous.
The Super Bowl is massive. It's huge. Like millions of people watch it every year. Like dozens of millions.
Yeah, it's one of the largest, I believe, televised events.
And one of the coolest things about that is I'm kind of a hermit guy. I don't get out and do a whole hell of a lot, and most people don't know what I look like. And I get to remain, and I prefer it that way. I remain anonymous on those things because in this line of work, nobody sees you. So
got a face for radio, Corey.
From the beginning.
But actually, I think things are changing because now a lot of voice actors became like superstars. Like even if you look at the voice actors for like GTA, for example, now people recognize them in the street. But back then people didn't really care as much as
No,
like
but
now.
nowadays more voice actors they're starting to use their face in the
Yeah,
games
yeah,
too.
true.
Yep.
That's true.
So-
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, I'm going to continue to remain as anonymous as I can. So, can
He's
you?
like,
You're
I'm
gonna
going to
put
remain as anonymous as I can by being on this podcast and showing my face.
what do you have? Like 22 people who listen to this, or I
Well,
have no
there
idea.
is 101 people watching live on YouTube right now. There's probably close to that on TikTok, and Instagram is another 30 plus. So there's a couple hundred people watching live.
Do you, Corey? Do you usually work from home like nowadays most of the time?
I do. I've been working from home for a little over 5 years now. It started at the beginning of the pandemic when the company that I worked for, which Mike and I were referring to, the radio station group, where we had 6 radio stations, they immediately furloughed about 8 full-time staff members and a bunch of other people from their staff for the pandemic, meaning you're not working here until we say you can work here again. Go home. We're cutting off your email. We don't care if you've worked here 27 years like I had. You're done for now. We might hire you back in September. And this was April of 2020. And I had worked there for 27 years. So it was one of these holy shit moments. Okay, well, better figure something out. So in this house that we live in, there's this, it's like a half bedroom, this room I'm in. It's a really small bedroom. I thought, oh, perfect. I'll do a little acoustic tiling and kind of soundproof this baby up a little bit and turn it into a little studio, buy some newer equipment and the appropriate things and just start figuring it out from here. And been doing it from here ever since. And it's been a lot of fun to be my own boss.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Except when Mike is when Mike is your boss on Postal.
You see, you took the words right out of my mouth.
The word you're looking for is daddy when I'm his daddy on all things.
Mike comes in and he stands right here over my shoulder the whole time.
And I'm like, you need to say that louder, softer,
poking
harder.
me. Yeah.
A couple years ago, I gave his wife the Postal brain damage doll, actually. And I think for the next week, she made him sleep in a different bed. She just slept with the doll.
True story.
She kicked him out. She was like, this doll is cool.
I had to hide the doll from her. It had gotten so bad.
I don't even think I've gotten you the Postal 3 doll. You have 2 dolls now.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
You have 2 dolls. I got to get you a Postal 3 doll.
Well, maybe, I mean, if I'm going out of town or something and she's here by herself, I'll hit you up and you can send it over to the house.
Yeah, there might. I'll just contact her directly.
Or that. Yeah.
There is a chance in the future you may have a third if we ever decide to do the These Sunny Days dude as a doll. I think it gets a little redundant at that point, even though he's dressed differently. Because it's still brain damage, dude.
If they sell, like, the design is cool. I like it, actually.
Yeah, it's a cool design, and we just got to be. We can only make so many fucking dolls right now. I don't know if you know this, Corey. We sell 11 dolls right now, and I have 1 more en route right now. A second one is about to be shipped, and then a third one in development. So we're gonna have 14 different dolls that we'll be selling here soon, which is
that represent characters from the Spectrum in Postal.
And obviously the Postal 2, like not the OG, but like the big game that we're known for. That's the most popular one. But it's pretty much Postal 2, Postal 1, Brain Damage, Postal 3, Crotchy. Those are the big ones we sell the most.
And people buy those.
Yep.
I can't even begin to tell you how many fucking dolls we've sold over the last 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, the merch is doing really well, actually. I think.
Yeah, our merch is huge. I mean, it obviously doesn't like pay all the bills, but it does a good job of doing some of it. I mean, that my daily job, which may sound kind of ridiculous, is packing and shipping the orders.
Well, actually, Mike, you have the dolls behind you right now, actually.
There's a few dolls. Yeah, those aren't the ones I ship. Those are just my collection right there.
Yeah.
I have like a wall of cubbies that are filled with the dolls over there. That and shirts. I have a lot of shirts over here too. But yeah, I've been doing the order shipping since the beginning of 2002, and I still do it to this day.
Mike's Shipping Express service.
Yeah.
Pretty
Brought
much.
to you
I mean,
by-
like, in fact, like the common video on TikTok now is videos of me packing orders for people.
Well, that sounds like something for people who can't sleep to watch. Because that,
I mean,
wow.
our TikTok is our biggest platform. We have what do we have now, Pedro? 200 something thousand subscribers, 212,000 subscribers on our TikTok, and like the most popular videos now are videos of me packing orders and throwing the box around.
Yeah, and a lot of people love those.
I can't
It's
believe I
ASMR.
haven't seen this yet.
But
Yeah, they even ask us to, film the packaging. We just do it randomly. We don't actually,
yeah,
just
people
do it by
think
request.
people think that we just answer requests, but I do it pretty randomly. And what actually got us the most, like when we were starting the TikTok, it wasn't packing videos that got it big. It was just me answering questions. And the couple of questions that got the most amount of views, I think, like our biggest video on there is talking about how we trademarked the worst game ever because we in fact make the worst game ever. But the few videos where I made where I was like dunking on Postal 3 are huge. Like they have over a million views. So like,
Whoa.
yeah. Like
The
I said, it's
things-
a cheap pop at this point. Like we know it's gonna pop off, but I mean, it's not. We're not lying. We don't.
Well, if
sit around.
it's a slow news week in the video game industry, you just go back to your crutch, and
Sometimes
whatever
you
works.
just gotta give the people what they want. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And right
things
now,
that
I'm
pass-
giving the people what they want, which is a view of your shiny face. We did have a few questions about your guitar. People wanted to know if you play it, and I believe the answer is yes. He is in a band.
Yeah. It's that is. I play bass guitar, and I've done it since I was 12, which is a lot of years. And I've played in various bands, rock bands, over the years, and I still play in one to this day that plays locally around Arizona. And it's a lot of fun. It's a really hard rock kind of metal band. It's not EDM. It's not pop, and it's a lot of fun. It's really kind of silly to get up on stage at this age and rock out, so to speak. Silly and fun, and it's kind of like this old habit from that I learned when I was 12, and I get to do it as an adult, rocking on stage and making people happy, and it's a ton of fun when we do it. So
I wanna
yeah,
show-
that is. It's not a prop. That's an actual Rickenbacker bass guitar.
He's a bass man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to highlight this one comment because this kid might actually have the damage he's talking about, but he's not even trolling. He likes Postal 3 more than Brain Damaged.
When I was less experienced. Well, so he liked. So when I learned more, I was crappier, or was it? Does he like it because of the rudimentary crudeness of the game?
I don't. Well, they're very different types of games. So like, I could see somebody saying like, well, I don't like boomer shooters. So if you don't know, Brain Damaged is a boomer shooter, which is a name of a genre that is a reference to late 90s run and gun games like Doom, Quake, Serious Sam, shit like that. And they're coming. They came back the last 5 years. There's a whole genre of boomer shooters that all have like a very pixelated, old school look, and they're just like kind of hallway run and gun shooters. And that is what Brain Damage is part of. So if somebody says like, I don't like boomer shooters, like I get it, and then they could say, well, I like the game style of Postal 3 better, but like objectively, it is a significantly worse game. Now that doesn't mean everybody's gonna like it less, but yeah, sure. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people, There's probably 6 people that have been screaming very loud in the chat that they like Postal 3 more than Postal 4, which is also like very, very stupid. But opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. So feel free to have that opinion. We're not going to give you too much play, but thank you, this guy, for
I'm
telling
seeing comments
us.
now.
I told people, like, people were posting some dumb shit, and I was like, you guys know that he can read this if he wants to, and they were like, oh.
Well, I don't know if I
like,
can.
are you lying? And I was like, no. People, this is not a question about this. People keep asking about Steve Wick. Steve Wick was the writer for the original Postal stuff. No, he just left a long time ago. He has nothing to do with us anymore, and he hasn't for almost 20 years now. So, like you can ask about him, but he's gone. I don't know what to tell you. He wasn't a primary here. He just was a writer, and he's gone. So
a lot of people think game studios stay the same forever, where every year people come and go, like things change fast. So
like, I don't even, do they know that like the main guy at Rockstar's been gone for the last 10 years too? Like,
maybe not. Yeah.
One thing that
Sam's
people
gone,
need to-
guys.
One thing that people need to realize is at some point, like if somebody wants to kind of stay away from things, just leave them alone. Steve he just wants to live his life, honestly. Like I've heard of people who have been, kind enough to contact him and, give them their support. That's perfectly fine. But if you act really like obsessive and, people get upset over that. Okay. So don't go and, upset Steve Wick and upset us because we don't have Steve Wick here anymore. It's nothing we can do about it. So
no, we can't. But this is a question. We've seen a few of these. And I've told you about this in the past, Corey. Like, this is, I mean, you're not going to make big bucks on it, but if you start a Cameo, you could make some money because these Postal fans might want you to send them bedtime stories and shit.
That's a real thing, huh?
It's a real thing. And me and Vince have one. And Vince gets more than I do, but I get a few a month where people just want me to like send their buddy or their girlfriend or their boyfriend like happy birthday notes or something. And Rick, I don't think is going to do it. But Corey, I'm putting you in the hot seat right now. Will you commit to making a Cameo?
I will commit to thinking about making a Cameo. How about that?
You're like, I don't want people to see my face, man.
I'd have to do it on camera, not just
here's
voice.
what you can do. We can get you a Postal Dude mask made, and then you put on the mask, and then you do the voice. And so your Cameo is like you, or you can wear a Mexican wrestler mask or something like that. Anything to just have you. They want to hear your voice. I mean, I'm sure they want to see. I don't know if you know much about Cameo, but like it's a good way for voice actors and actors and just internet personalities to A, make a little cash on the side, and B, give people what they want, which is customized videos for them or their friends or their family, things like that. So
I will reiterate, I will think about getting a mask and going on Cameo. I'll commit to thinking.
What you should do is tape two Postal Brain Damage Dude and a Postal 3 Dude doll to your face.
Oh, maybe.
And then they'll just dangling in front of your face, and then you can talk behind them. So
these are great ideas, Mike. You come up with these every day.
I'm an ideas man.
Whew. Holy cow! Where were you when I was writing scripts for? Man, okay.
See, this guy wants you to ASMR him to sleep. So he wants you to go like this.
He wants me to go up to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's very, very simple. You just need to do that, and I think you people would go to sleep. Vince is over here watching. He's just you got to get a little closer. The camera's over here.
Hey,
here he is.
Down, lower. There you are.
Hello.
Good morning, Vince.
Hey, boss.
All right, folks.
Yep.
I'm going to Mike J brought in a new espresso machine.
He's going to make some coffee.
Nice.
So
we got an espresso machine in the office. I got to go there then.
Somebody's got to make the dough.
He says someone's got to make the dough. He's a great.
Get that heart rate up. Yeah.
Corey has a serious career outside of Postal. That is true.
I
don't know if serious is the word.
Serious is the wrong choice of words there. Because for me, it was always, I wanted to do something fun. I wanted to do something. I was never going to be that guy and he's not listening right now, that my dad wanted me to be. I was never going to be that guy. My dad was a military officer and high-level businessman and blah, blah, blah. And all. I was never going to be the guy sitting in an office, running numbers, working on finances. I suck at math to begin with. So that was never in the cards. And when the football thing went out of the way and I lost my hair and couldn't be a rock star, it was like, what am I going to do now when I was in college? And I ended up actually, the college I went to had a radio television department. and this was back in the 80s. And that's what kind of led me into this field, was going into radio. And man, that was a lot of fun. I loved music. I got to be around a lot of fun type A people who were super creative, and it's kind of led me down this path that just evolved. It was never anything that I really planned out. It just kind of worked out this way. Somebody says Vince is a Gramps now.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
so am
so
I.
they have these Gen Zs have terms for us. They've been using it a lot in these chats and calling you and historically me unk. Like that's the word for, it's the not quite boomer word that we used, and then they have the Gramps for even older. So I get a lot of unk for Vince too. So it just depends on
people call me and Pedro unk already. So
Matt, aren't you in your 20s?
Yeah, I'm in my 20s. Yeah.
Oh man,
I guess when your fan base is 12, then I guess you're an unk. So
I don't tell you, I've been working for 12 years already. So
did Corey ever think about voicing some space documentaries? Perfect voice.
I would love to. If you know somebody who's casting for one of those, a producer, director, send them my way.
You got to reach out to fucking Neil deGrasse, bro.
I'd love to. I have done narration work for space development companies that are working on behind the scenes with their, they're called narrations, but never anything like a documentary style for TV. That would be right up there with the types of jobs I'd love to land someday. So yeah,
we've had a lot of people that want to hear you do the Badger line from Postal 3, which
Badger. What, I don't know what the hell is it?
It was a meme song back in the early 2000s, and we actually tried to license the song from it was Newgrounds or someone that owned it back then, and they wanted some ungodly amount of money. I actually got into a Reddit conversation recently with the guy that owned it. So instead, we just had you sing it because of the Badger saw in the game. So the line was just Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom.
Oh, that's right.
That would be great.
Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom, Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. How do you want me to sing it now?
That's exactly it. That's all you had to do. I think people will be satiated until the end of time.
That's a tough one to say. Badger, Badger, mushroom. Your lips have got to be ready for that.
If you're like bored today, go look that up on YouTube. It's just an endless loop of the exact same animation and song, and it's really stupid, but that's what early meme stuff was.
Sounds hideous.
Yeah, it's brain rot before brain rot was a thing, I think.
Or you'll be in your 80s, people will still ask you for this. So
yes,
I hope to make it to my 80s. I would love to make it to my 80s.
You will.
That would be cool. My dad's 87, so I'm trying. I have to aim for 88. He's 87, so shooting for it.
Someone in the group emailed me to tell you that they are in a band too.
Oh, what kind of band? A rock band, a pop band?
If I look at him, band? I'm assuming it's probably some sort of metal band.
Death metal.
Yeah, he's dressed as the Postal 1 dude with a Mad Cow Mike J doll over his dick.
Wow.
So
creative.
And its name's Jack. So rock out, Jack.
Hey, Jack, keep up the good work. There aren't enough people actually playing instruments and creating bands anymore. It's something that's kind of a dying art, and I love to hear that people are still doing it. I'm assuming you're somebody who's under 35 years old. So
he looks like he's probably around 20. So
yeah. All right.
Want to hear cool music? Sorry, Corey. The other day I got an email from TuneCore, which is the music aggregator we use to post all of our original soundtracks and stuff for the games. And so like my band's old album, we've got like 6 songs recorded, but we posted that under the company label because like one of the main songs we used in some Postal stuff years ago, and it's relatively popular. And I got the notification that my band now has 1 million streams.
Dude, very nice.
Yeah.
And
That does
so
not equal very much money, just so everybody's
so
clear.
yeah, so the royalties off that are about $37.
It's more than that. It's more than that. It's somewhere around $2,000. But if you actually think big picture, like 1 million people have listened to our songs, and that made $2,000, which is really shitty. Because if you had sold 1 million albums, you'd make a lot of fucking money. So,
that is a whole nother topic of discussion, for another hour and a half. Because I was a part of that world for so long, working at the radio stations. I've got a bit of knowledge on that, and wow, has it changed? Whoa, has it changed? So,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
But I was honored to see that my band still.
Enjoy your $2,000, Mike.
No, it's not even like that. We're just happy to have it's a digital plaque that they send you for $1 million. And it's funny because we just had this little band that was nothing. We played like 3 or 4 live shows, and we recorded once with some money we made from selling tickets for a show. And we now get weekly requests for new tracks, and B, for like guitar tabs for our songs and things that just like we've been broken up since 2009. We're still friends. Like the bassist is our art director. The other guitarist is one of our voice actors for the game. So like we're all still friends, but we are not still a band.
It's time to get the band back together, man.
Let's get the band back. Yeah, I said, you know what? I said, Writhe. Yeah. The name of the band was Writhe. I said, the Writhe will get a new album when AI can listen to the 6 songs we recorded and just write a new song for us. That's when Writhe gets a new song, because we have no interest in doing it. We just don't. I can't help
you, man.
Yeah, we just
well, what's it gonna do for you?
Nothing. It'll actually cause more arguments than anything.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how hard it is to get 3, 4, 5, 10 people in a room to get something that they agree on at all.
The band dynamics and band drama is off the charts and can be just ugly at times. And
you can all like the exact same music, and when it's time to like write a song, you will all hate each other's riffs a lot.
Everybody's got a different idea about something, about every little part of the song, and it's very challenging. I've been a part of that too. Yeah,
Corey, I just wanted to post this little Corey simp in here that says, "Hi Corey, you're super hot." Face blue smile.
Yeah, I'm kind of hot. I'm getting red. It's warm in here because I don't have the air conditioner on.
Well, that's not. Oh, your voice could melt butter, she says.
Sweet. Very kind of you. That's weird.
People want to know if you could take me in a fight. I think currently right now with my ankle the way it is, you definitely could.
I might have a leg up on Mike at the moment because he's going to fake limping around and just don't hit my leg, Corey.
But if we were on skates, then normally, not right now, let's level the playing field. I think normally you could probably take me in a fight. If we were on skates, I could probably take you in a fight.
Mike 100% wins on skates. Yep.
Yeah. Part of fighting in hockey is being able to keep your feet on the ground better than the other guy. That's all it is.
A foot race. I think I could take you in a foot race still.
100%. I have no lungs, and I've never been able to run. I've been excused from running since middle school.
I'd definitely pull a hamstring, but I might win. Yeah.
And this is the last comment I'm going to post. I think I'm going to end this interview on this comment. But Rickle Pick says he's going to suck on your toes now.
Wow. All right. Well, that's a first for I don't even know how to respond to that.
You don't need to respond to it. You don't need to respond to it. Just say thank you, Rickle Pick.
The first rule of improv is yes and. If you've ever been to an improv,
he wants to know what else you're going to do for him.
So if he says, Corey, I'm going to suck your toes now. Yes. And are you going to put
I'm not even going to post the other comments that this dude's posting. It's fine. We'll let them slide. All right. We were going to do a whole podcast after this and go over some topics, but maybe we'll do that next week. I think we got a solid hour and 5 minutes on this one. We got Corey for a long time. We chatted with him. Thank you, Corey, for coming on the I Regret Nothing podcast.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me on today. It was nice to meet you, Matt and Pedro, and everybody else listening. Hey, thanks for
So-
putting up with my BS for an hour.
Always.
my
Fine.
friend Lauren,
Always.
my friend Lauren says that she loves you. You know, she just wanted to, get that across before we go. So yeah.
Love you too, Lauren. Thank you very much. And everybody's welcome to contact me via email if you can find me. And I do have a YouTube page too.
Yeah. I was going to say, if anybody
shameless
here is making a
self-promotion.
game and they want Corey in it, let me know or contact him directly and he'll work
we can
something
talk.
out with you. So
We can talk. It wouldn't be the first time. So again,
exactly.
thanks, Mike. Thanks, Pedro.
Yep.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Exactly. Thanks,
Appreciate it,
everybody.
guys.
Anytime.
Thanks to all the platforms, anybody who is watching out there, except the idiots that I blocked. Anyway, we'll see you soon. We'll probably stream sooner than later, and we'll get to those topics, even though they're going to change a little bit.
No topics because we're gonna do the Postal Jam thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll just do a couple. You know what? We'll jam a couple together because we need to get to 100. We've been talking about the 100th episode for so long. So maybe, Corey, I'll have you back for the 100th. I'll get you. I'll get Rick.
Sure.
Maybe we'll all just have a little jamboree here for the 100th episode. So
that sounds like fun, man. Count me in.
I'm gonna make it a big one.
yeah, exactly. Thanks, Corey. Thanks, Matt.
All right.
Thanks, Pedro. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.